It's 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Paul Harding from Martin Harding Mazzotti on the phone.
Hey, morning, Paul.
Good morning, guys.
Did you take a huge hit in the stock market yesterday, Paul?
I think I might have. I don't really pay attention a whole lot, but yeah, dramatic
Well, see,
stuff.
now, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Not pay attention?
Oh, see,
Well,
exactly. Yeah,
you know it.
Set it and forget it.
He's smart. He's the kind of guy who would be able to do the 8 ounces of beer and live to be 110 or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, rigorous.
Well,
go
there'll
ahead,
come a
Paul.
time when it'll be scary. I don't know if tomorrow's scary yet. Yesterday was scary, but yeah, sure. It's weird times coming, maybe, but yeah, one day you just kind of race it and move on.
That's it. That's the spirit.
There you go.
We were sitting on this story for you because I actually think this former Major League Baseball player has a valid point. He was a pitcher for the Blue Jays. He goes into the game during the 2017 season versus the Astros. He gets lit up. He never pitches in the big leagues again, and now he's got a civil suit against, I think, the Astros and maybe even Alex Cora or AJ Hinch. He's got a lawsuit. Basically against the Astros because they ruined his career, therefore causing him lost income.
Explain to me, they ruined his career because they didn't ask him back? Or,
No, because they were cheating. So the Astros knew every pitch this guy was going to throw.
I see what you're saying.
So he
Okay.
got lit up and he never got a chance to prove himself again.
I mean, in a court of law, I might take that case, Paul. What do you think?
Is this a stretch?
The Astros they're under fire here. I mean, and this is probably just the first thing that we're going to see about this cheating scandal and people trying to recover money through the court system. But here, yeah, he gets lit up, does a 1/3 inning, gives up 4 runs. He's in Texas, where he's from. His family's in the stands, and never gets crushed so badly that his career literally just ends. He was sort of a journeyman pitcher anyway. Yeah, I mean, they cheated. They knew his pitches. It's a heck of a lot easier when you do that. But to prove that his career was going to turn into something more significant is going to be tricky on damages. But I do think the case will proceed along. Again, he also wants $31 million to be given to charity.
What's journeyman mean?
Meaning he's pitched for a number of teams and has never been a superstar.
Okay. I mean,
Never really found a home, yeah.
we can't argue that with. I mean, maybe this is his retirement. Maybe this is his last shot. And
I actually think if the kid was an up-and-coming rookie, he might have more of a
chance?
case because he has less of a history for them to look at,
Yeah.
From a damage perspective, sure, you look at this stuff, but the real thing that's going on here, and it's related, you got this FanDuel and DraftKings. So they have now sued Major League Baseball and the Astros, saying, listen, as you all know, it is not a game of chance. It is a game of skill, which is how they got fantasy sports and betting to be a national, but no one thought they'd pull it off, but they were able to prove that, no, this is not a game of chance. When you bet on a game, statistically, it's like horse racing or football. You look at the players and you look at who's there that day. And they have now sued Major League Baseball. So because it changed the odds a little bit, and therefore that lawsuit is the one that's scaring Major League Baseball the most. Not the Bolsinger one, although this one is still there, but the one involving FanDuel and DraftKings.
So what will happen? Will baseball have to just pay out a bunch of money?
They could. So if they show that the individuals, it'd be you and I, everybody who participated during that season who bet on this game and not on this game, we were betting based on players and statistics, and these things were inflated because of this scandal, because the batters knew the pitches that were coming, is the theory. So,
yeah, well, I love this line from the story. The ability to succeed or fail on his own was stripped from him because of the cheating.
Yeah. Yeah, big stuff. And the Red Sox are going to be facing something coming up real soon. We kind of know, But the funny part of baseball has always been a bit of a fabric of the game. Because I remember, just going to be super clear, being on second base, in Little League, and kind of trying to, and watching which way they're pitching and kind of waving to the batter and saying it's going to be inside, outside. That always sort of existed. The difference is the technology employed in the sophistication of how they got the signs. Now, how they told the batter what sign it was going to be wasn't very sophisticated. They're banging on the drum or, that kind of thing. But so it is a fine line.
Wasn't even a drum, it was a garbage can.
Yeah.
No, but Paul's right. The players on second base, that's part of the fabric of the game.
Right.
This is taking it to a whole other level. I love that you brought to the table the FanDuel angle because I had no idea about that, Paul. That's good stuff this morning.
Yeah, Good stuff. Well, we're going to see that. That's the one that could give a major financial blow to the Houston Astros in Major League Baseball.
We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Paul Harding from Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010 and 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Thanks so much, Paul.
All right, talk soon, guys.
All right,
Sounds
take care.
good. See you later.
Quinn and Cantera, mornings on PYX 106.